What's going on, guys? Welcome into another video. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I don't normally make MMA style content, right? But I am now because I think that whatever it is that you're into, that you should just make videos on it, you know? And I've been into MMA for a good portion of my life, since like the early days, and I've never made content. And after doing that stream on Saturday for the UFC 285, I figured that I might as well start making MMA content. I might as well put myself into this niche and just see how it goes. Just kind of test these waters out, you know what I mean? And this fight is special for a number of reasons. One, because finally, after so long, we are starting to get out of the Apex. Okay, the Apex is cool for Ultimate Fighter, Dana White's Contender Series, like things like that. But these fighters who have been fighting the UFC for a long time, and these other fighters who are up and coming, don't deserve to fight in the Apex anymore. The Apex was good for the time that we needed it, but now we don't need the Apex anymore. We need crowds, we need fans in the crowds, we need live events, okay? Because Apex fights don't feel the same as live events do. I'm just being honest with you. And it could be a small arena, it could be a small venue, but have fans in the crowds, and the fans are going to be treated to an awesome main event fight on this fight card. So what I want to do is I just kind of want to just go through the card a little bit. There's a lot of names on this card that I don't recognize, okay? MMA is changing rapidly. There's a lot of new up and coming fighters. We are in essentially a new generation of MMA, and there's a lot of new up and comers on this card. So I want to take a look at it. I want to see what's up. And also, guys, I'm gonna be doing another fight companion this weekend. So if you guys want to see that, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and we're gonna get that cracking. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this fight card. So the fight card is gonna kick off in the welterweight division. We got Carlston Harris versus Akbar Nurmagomedov. I think this is Khabib's cousin. I've seen Akbar Nurmagomedov fight before. He's pretty good on the feet. I think he has really good kicks. I believe he's mostly a stand-up fighter, but of course he does have that Dagestani style wrestling. This guy here on the right, or the left, Carlston Harris, really haven't seen him fight all that much before. Given what I know about Akbar Nurmagomedov, I'm gonna go ahead and say that he's probably gonna go ahead and get this one done. You know, I think he's gonna finish this guy. And listen, like I'm not trying to be a Dagestani nut rider, because I'm definitely not. But just seeing like what these guys have been doing, what these guys have been putting down over the past however long they've been in the UFC, until somebody figures out how to beat that fighting style, which I have some ideas how to beat the Dagestani wrestling. I just think that he's gonna get it done despite the reach advantage, despite all that stuff. It's the pressure, it's the psychological nature of fighting one of these guys. I just don't see him winning, but I could be wrong. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick Akbar Nurmagomedov in this fight. Next fight, we got Bruno Silva versus Tyson Nam. Tyson Nam is a veteran of the game, bro. He's like a super OG. This guy has been fighting for a very long time. Kind of a journeyman. I think he's been mostly a journeyman throughout his career, and I hate calling fighters journeymen, but he's just kind of like middle of the road. He's good, but not great. And he's going up against Bruno Silva. I think I've seen Bruno Silva fight before too. I don't know who's gonna win this fight, but because I have to make a pick, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Bruno. I'm gonna take Bruno Silva in this fight. And you guys remember my pick, so when we go to the live stream, you guys can make fun of me when I don't get them right. Moving on, Tony Gravely versus Victor Henry. I have seen this guy before. I have not seen him before. I saw him lose. I forgot who he fought last. I don't know if he got stopped in his last fight. Yeah, we're gonna have to probably go back, watch some film on some of these guys, but I'm pretty sure he got stopped in his last fight, and I know I could look that up right now, but for the sake of time in this video, I'm just going to assume that he got stopped in his last fight. I could be wrong. I could be 1,000,000% wrong on that. So in this fight, oh man, I don't even know who to pick in this one. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go with Tony Gravely. You know, even though I saw him lose in his last fight. I forgot who he fought too. Saw him lose, but we're just gonna go ahead and go with that one. You got a flyweight bout. You got JJ Aldrich and Ariane Lipsky. Now, the last time I seen her fight was in San Diego, where I saw her get knocked out like right in front of me. It was like literally like I wasn't like that close, but I was like 13 rows back, and I saw her get KO'd in the first round, which made me kind of sad because she's a little cutie. So you don't like seeing cute women get knocked out, and I definitely don't like seeing that. Both of these fighters are coming off a loss. I know Ariane Lipski. I know she's game to fight. I know JJ Aldrich is game to fight. This should be a good one. If they both show up to fight, this should be a good one. I don't think that this one is going to go to the ground because you can see their takedown average is very low. Looks like they're both strikers. So we'll see how this one plays out, but I'm going to go with Ariane Lipski in this fight. Moving on, we got the Argentina Guido Zanetti, I'm probably saying that wrong, versus Mario Batista. In this fight, I'm pretty much, like I said, guys, I don't know all these fighters on this card, which gives me the opportunity to learn about these new fighters up and coming in the UFC, which I think is incredibly awesome. It's a forever changing sport, and I love to see up and coming new talent in the game. It's amazing. It's wonderful. It's so good for the sport. It's so good for you and I as people who love MMA. It's so good. I haven't heard too much about him, but you know what? I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Mario Batista in this fight. Although I know this guy's a world beater, but I'm gonna pick my upset fight right here with Mario Batista on the prelims. Fremd. Why does that name sound so familiar? This dude, look, he came off the couch, bro. I mean, obviously he's not coming off the couch. He's a 7-0 fighter, but they couldn't get my guy some UFC shorts. My dude showed up here in the basketball shorts. He even got the UFC gloves on, so he might be a contender series fighter. They don't even have his stats on here, so he's the shortest guy with no reach. You know what I mean? And one of the things that I really wish they would do as far as like the fights go themselves, you see all these stats right here where they're giving the tail of the tape. I wish they would give that leg reach, because the leg reach is just as important as arm reach, because some guys have long legs and short arms, but having those long legs, like, it changes distance. You know what I mean? You have a guy with long legs and they're just sitting there hitting you with front kicks and things up the middle, and they can hit you with those long knees. It's a difference maker in a fight, and I think that's something that, it should be mentioned at least on the tail of the tape when they're on the TV, when people are seeing the fight, because it still kind of follows like that boxing thing where it's just like we're only going to show arm reach when we strike with all limbs. But I don't know who this cat is. It looks like he might be coming off the Contender Series. It looks like he's making his UFC debut. Obviously, he's making his UFC debut. He might have some hype behind him. I might have to look up who Cedricus Dumas is. I might have to pause it here and there and stuff, because I don't want to get into like no copyright. But let's check out Cedricus. This is a big dude. Middleweight for sure. This is a big boy. He gets taken down. Looks pretty calm on his back. Is he a grappler or nah? Oh, nice sweep. His leg's in trouble there. His knee's almost out though. He's like not in that much trouble. That was a nice sweep, though. Sorry, guys, I'm going to forward it a little bit. I'm going to skip through it. He's taking the back. He's trying to throw that leg around. That left arm is keeping him from taking the back fully, from getting that other hook in. Oh. Okay, I think that's enough of that. I can see like what I need to do to, get my pick going here. 7-0 versus 9-5. Josh Fremd. I'm gonna go with the new guy over here. I'm gonna go with basketball shorts. Shout out to Dricus Dumas. Yeah, he's probably gonna get this one done. You know, don't know how tall he is. I don't know a lot about him, but from what I've seen, it seems like he can probably beat this guy. All right, moving on. Rafael Assunção versus Davy Grant. Ooh. This might be a sleeper fight right here, man. This guys, I'm telling you, this fight makes it to the card. If both of these guys make weight and there's nothing else going on this week, I'm telling you guys, this fight right here, Rafael Assunção and Davy Grant, this is gonna be one to watch. Because this Davy Grant guy has these super. This is what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Look how long his arms are compared to the rest of his body. You know what I mean? He has this really awkward style. You know what I mean? He's very hard to deal with, and he can bang, bro. Davy Grant can bang, straight up. So look out for this fight. This one's gonna be a sleeper, and we all know Rafael Assunção has fought literally everyone. He's fought everybody. This fight's gonna be a banger, but I'm gonna have to go with Davy Grant on this one. You know. But that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if, Rafael Assunção somehow gets it done. Because, listen, people have counted him out before, and he's come up on top. So, don't sleep on him, but I think he's the favorite to win this fight. And capping off the prelims. See, I know they want to get like the heavyweights on there, on the prelims and all that stuff, but like nobody knows who these two guys are. People know who Rafael Assunção is. People know who Davy Grant is. So, in my opinion, they should have had these guys finish off the prelims. Although this could be a banger fight too. I don't even know. Also, guys, I was trying to have this screen up during my fight stream. So hopefully this week, their website will work and I can have this as my background. So you guys should start looking at my ugly mug during the fight. But nonetheless, we got a 7-1 Carl Williams taking on 8-2 Poland's Łukasz Brzeski. But he might be better suited at light heavyweight though. Now that I'm looking at him, he doesn't. We're gonna have to see what he looks like. We're gonna have to see what he looks like at heavyweight. I have to just kind of. It's PFL, so I have to just kind of skip through. So it seems like he might be a grappler. All right, I think we got enough information here. All right, so for this fight, I'm gonna have to go ahead and go with. Let's just go ahead and go with Łukasz Brzeski. Probably gonna win that fight. Looking at him in that fight, he looked kind of small. So we're getting on to the main card now. So for kicking off the main card, we got Victor Petrino versus Anton Tukalov. I don't even know how to say this last name. Looks like another guy making his UFC debut. 7-0 versus 8-1. So this is gonna be an interesting one. God, look at that reach though. Man, we're looking up. This episode has me turning into me looking up these fighters that I don't know. You know what I mean? We got another one we gotta look up. Victor Petrino. It's not Vitor Petrino. My dumb ass. Oh yeah, so he was on Dana White's Contender Series. Big boy. Jesus Christ, what a big boy that is. Ooh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, good knee. Oh. Okay, yep. He's giving me shapes of Vitor Belfort right now. With these traps and stuff like that. The power. Yeah, let's go ahead and take Vitor in that fight. Said Nurmagomedov versus Jonathan Martinez. Oh, this fight right here is gonna be a banger. This fight's gonna be a banger. And I'm gonna tell you something about Jonathan Martinez. Like, people consistently count him out in fights. His last couple of fights, even myself, I counted him out. I'm just like, oh, there's no way he's gonna beat that guy. But he shows up every freaking time. You know what I'm saying? He shows up every single time and gets it done. And these guys have a similar record. Oh, this is gonna be so good, so good. And like they're like almost evenly matched. This fight's gonna be a banger, guys. This one's gonna be a banger. I'm gonna go with Jonathan Martinez in this fight. I didn't know this card was so good. Ricardo Ramos versus Austin Lingo. I've seen Ramos fight before. I think he kind of has like that. I believe he kind of has that capoeira style. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Ricardo Ramos in this fight. If this is the guy I'm thinking about, he has a very unusual striking style that's gonna be very, very hard to deal with. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Ricardo Ramos in this fight. Now we're on to the co-main event. We got Nikita Krylov versus Ryan Spann. This fight was already supposed to happen. Nikita Krylov got sick, so he couldn't make weight. This is gonna be such a good fight. And I keep saying that about every fight, right? I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a banger. This one's gonna be good. This is gonna be that. Guys, this one's gonna be good. This one's gonna be really, really good. But for this fight, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Ryan Spann. I think he's gonna get it done. As long as he don't overextend himself, he has a tendency to do that and get himself caught. As long as he doesn't overextend and he's training full time now, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Ryan Spann. Not to say that Nikita Krylov can't win. You know, I think he can win this fight. I gotta make picks, and I'm picking Ryan Spann. That's all it is. It ain't nothing personal. I don't have no vendetta against any fighter. I'm just making picks. Okay, I'm just saying who will win, who won't win. That's all that it is. Now, finally, we're not on to the co-main event. This is the feature fight. This is the co-main event. Alexander Volkov versus Alexander Romanov. So we got Moldova versus Russia. Is this guy a grappler? I think this guy's a grappler. Yeah, I think Alexander Romanov is going to come in and take down Alexander Volkov. He does have good takedown defense, 71%, which is pretty good. But this kind of been like a weakness for him. This is the grappling. So I'm going to go with Romanov in this fight. But I love the striking style of Alexander Romanov. I love the striking style of Alexander Volkov. He has very nasty strikes. And yeah. So, but I still think that he can get it done. He's going to have to overcome that reach. You know what? I'm going to change my pick. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go with Volkov. I think Volkov gets it done. Now we're on to the main event. The fight that everybody wants to see. Okay. Now this fight is going to be good. Right? Again, you have two guys that match up to each other very, very well. You know, when you think of like a bantamweight, when I think of bantamweights, I think of guys like this. You know, guys between the heights of like between 5'6", you know, to almost 5'8". You know what I'm saying? 68-inch reach, 38-inch leg reach. This is what I think about when I see a bantamweight. You got these outliers like Sean O'Malley, who are like 5'11", these really tall, skinny guys. But when I think of bantamweights, this is what I think about. And this fight's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be interesting to see how this fight plays out, because it's like, yes, Petr Yan has the good striking, but so does Merab. You can't sleep on Merab's striking. You know, he does it good. You know, he's a good striker. Is he better than Yan? Probably not. But when you have the threat of the takedown, that changes things. You know, that makes a grappler striking a little bit better, because now you have to worry about, you know, this grappler taking you down. There are some correlations here with these two fighters, because obviously Merab Dvalishvili, he is the training partner of Aljamain Sterling, who's the current bantamweight champion of the world. Okay, Merab already knows that he can get Yan down and control him by taking his back and controlling him. You know, but Pelter has showed in the past that he does have the ability to stuff takedowns, and he does become an avalanche the longer the fight goes on. So this fight's going to be so interesting to play out. Petr Yan has had his back against the wall for a while now. He's lost some very tough, close fights, and I think he really wants to win. There's nothing more dangerous than a caged animal, and I feel like Petr Yan right now is a caged animal, right? You know, because if he loses this one, like, where does that leave him? I think he's too big to go down to 125, and I think he may be too small to go up to 145. So 135 really is the division for him. You know, so if he wants to get back into the title hunt, into the title contention and all that stuff, he has to win this fight. And I think that Yan will win this fight. Okay, I think he gets it done. I'm going to say 3rd or 4th round TKO for Yan. And guys, this has been my UFC Fight Night picks. Make sure you guys join me on Saturday for the fight stream, the fight companion, the watch party, whatever you guys want to call it. And the best part about this is not a pay-per-view card, so we can all sit and watch this fight together. All right, so if you guys want to do that, comment down below. If you want to see more fight videos, comment down below. Make sure you like the video, give it a thumbs up, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.